I was 23 and running wild, with a cheap guitar and a restless smile. Had a little town behind my back and a one-way ticket in my hand. You stood there underneath the porch light, said, "Baby, don't be gone too long." I kissed your cheek and promised you I'd call you when I made it through. I chased those dreams from state to state, sleeping in the backseat, tempting fate. Every little town, another stage, every dollar put another mile away. You sent me pictures from our old front yard, I sent you postcards from some distant bar. And somewhere between the road and fame, I stopped hearing you say my name. Then one cold December, I came back home, but the porch was dark and you were gone. I thought I was building a better life, working every day, chasing every high. I thought someday I'd give you everything, a bigger house, a diamond ring. But love don't wait forever, and dreams don't hold you when you're lonely. Now I'm standing in an empty room, wondering what I was trying to prove. I spent my whole life chasing what I wanted, lost the one thing I needed most. Now I know home ain't a house, home is who you love. I found your letter in the kitchen drawer, the one I never bothered looking for. You said I loved you through the distance, but I can't keep loving you alone. You didn't blame me, didn't call me cruel, you just said I hope you find your truth. And those words hit harder than a goodbye, 'cause I knew the fault was mine. I drove 3 hours to your sister's place with 1,000 apologies I couldn't say. You opened the door with tears in your eyes, and for a moment neither one could lie. I said, I don't need the money, I don't need the road, I don't need another empty trophy sitting in a room I don't call home. I thought I was building a better life, working every day, chasing every high. I thought someday I'd give you everything, a bigger house, a diamond ring. But love don't wait forever, and dreams don't hold you when you're lonely. Now I'm standing here with nothing to prove, just asking if there's still a place for me and you. I spent my whole life chasing what I wanted, and lost the one thing I needed most. Now I know home ain't a house, home is who you love. You said if you really mean it, don't promise me the moon, just promise you'll be here when the hard days come too soon. So I took your hand and left my old life behind. For the first time in forever, I didn't care about the finish line. Now there's coffee on the front porch, Sunday morning coming through, your old blue jeans beside my boots, and I still can't believe I found you. We don't have a mansion, we don't have $1 million, but there's laughter in these walls, and your picture in the hallway. And every night when I turn off the lights, I thank God I finally got it right. I spent too many years chasing what I wanted, but you were house. Home is where your heart belongs. So if you're out there on some highway, thinking love can wait another day, turn that truck around before it's too late. Some roads are meant to lead you home. You were standing at the airport with your suitcase by your side. I was trying not to break down, trying hard to keep my pride. You said it's only 6 months. I said I'll be counting every day. Then you kissed me in the morning and watched me drive away. I took that job in Dallas. You stayed back in Tennessee. We talked beneath the kitchen light most nights past 11:30. You tell me about your garden, I'd tell you about the rain. We tried to make 1,000 miles feel like they were nothing anyway. The distance has a funny way of making small things hurt. A missed call becomes an argument, and silence becomes worse. There were miles between us, but you were always on my mind. Every highway, every red light, every lonely Friday night. There were miles between us in a world we couldn't see, but every road I drove along was bringing you back to me. I didn't know how love could last with so much empty space, but somehow through 1,000 miles I still felt your embrace. When winter came to Texas and the work got hard and long, I missed your birthday dinner, and you said I shouldn't call. You weren't angry when you said it, but somehow hurt me more. You said I don't need your promises, I need you here at my door. I hung up and sat there in a motel room alone. Your picture on the nightstand made that strange place feel like home. I looked at that old photograph we took beside the lake, and finally understood that night how much a man can lose by waiting. So I packed my bags at midnight, didn't tell my boss goodbye. I pointed that old pickup east and drove beneath the sky. There were miles between us, but you were always on my mind. Every highway, every red light, every lonely Friday night. There were miles between us and a world we couldn't see, but every road I drove alone was bringing you back to me. I didn't know how love could last with so much empty space, but somehow through 1,000 miles I still felt your embrace. The sun was coming up in Nashville when I finally saw your town. I pulled beside your driveway, but I couldn't get out. I was scared that I had light glowing and knew I wasn't alone. You opened up the front door, still wearing your old blue shirt. I said, I'm sorry for the distance, I'm sorry that I made you hurt. You didn't say a word at first, you just walked into my arms, and every mile between us disappeared there in the dark. There were miles between us, but they couldn't change your heart. Every road, every lonely night was only keeping us apart. There were miles between us, now there's nowhere left to go. 'Cause I'm standing in your kitchen, and I'm never letting go. If tomorrow takes me somewhere, you can bet I'm taking you. I've learned what matters most in life, and it isn't chasing dreams alone. 'Cause a man can cross the country, he can build a life from stone, but none of it means anything if he has nobody waiting home. Now we drive that old highway with your hand resting in mine. The miles are still beneath us, but they don't matter this time. 'Cause wherever life may take us, one thing will always be true. There may be miles beneath our wheels, but there'll never be miles between us. You were standing at the airport with your suitcase by your side. I was trying not to break down, trying hard to keep my pride. You said it's only 6 months, I said I'll be counting every day. Then you kissed me in the morning and watched me drive away. I took that job in Dallas, you stayed back in Tennessee. We talked beneath the kitchen light, most nights past 11:30. You tell me about your garden, I tell you about the rain. We tried to make 1,000 miles feel like they were nothing anyway. I drove past the old gas station where we used to meet at night. Your name was still on that mailbox by the house beneath the pines. I hadn't been back in 10 years, too much history in this town. But my mother's old house was empty, so I figured I'd come around. I walked into that little diner where we spent our Friday nights. The waitress looked a little older, but she recognized me right away. She said, I heard you were coming. Then she smiled and walked away, and I knew before I turned around you'd be standing there someday. Some places keep your memories, some people keep your heart. And no matter how far you run, you never really get that far. Maybe we got a second chance, maybe time was on our side. Maybe all those just two roads that had to divide. I can't change the past, I can't undo goodbye, but if you're willing to take my hand, I'll spend forever making it right. Maybe we got a second chance, maybe love never really died. You were standing by the window in a faded blue dress. Your hair was a little shorter, but your eyes were just the same. You said you looked different, I said, so do you. Then we laughed like we were 20, and suddenly I knew. You told me you hadn't married once, but it didn't make it through. I told you I spent all those years trying not to think of you. We talked about the choices that had taken us away. You said I wondered sometimes if you'd ever come back someday. I wanted to say I'm sorry for every word I never said, for every mile between us, for every lonely night we spent. Maybe we got a second chance, maybe time was on our side, maybe all those years apart were just two roads that had to divide. I can't change the past, I can't undo goodbye, but if you're willing to take my hand, I'll spend forever making it right. Maybe we got a second chance, maybe love never really died. We walked down by the river where we carved our names in stone. The letters were almost faded, but somehow still our own. You said I kept that photograph from the summer we turned 18. I said I kept your old blue sweater you left inside my truck back then. We stood there in silence, watching sunlight hit the water. I finally took your hand like I should have done before. You didn't pull away, you just whispered, don't let go. And every broken piece of us started feeling whole. We don't have to be those kids again, we don't have to pretend. We know what it feels like losing love. We know how quickly good things end. So if we're gonna do this, let's do it honest, let's do it slow. No promises about forever, just don't let each other go. Maybe we got a second chance, maybe this is where we start. Maybe all those years apart were just a long way back to your heart. I can't change the past, but I can change tonight. And if you're willing to take my hand, I'll never leave you behind. Maybe we got a second chance, maybe love was waiting here, through every road and every goodbye, through every lonely year. And if tomorrow brings us trouble, we'll face it side by side. 'Cause I don't need another lifetime, I just need you in this one tonight. I drove back to this little town, thinking I was coming home. Never thought I'd find the reason I was never meant to be alone. Now there's 2 cups on the table, and your hand resting in mine. Maybe some roads take forever, but they lead you there in time. Maybe we got a second chance, and this time I'm not letting you go. She was waiting by the window every Friday after dark. He'd come rolling down the gravel in that old and rusty car. She would run out barefoot with a smile that lit the night. He would pull her close and whisper, "Girl, you make this whole world right." They were young and they were certain love was all they'd ever need. Two old souls inside two young hearts, planting dreams like little seeds. They talked about a farmhouse with a red barn by the trees, and a front porch full of rocking chairs where they grow old peacefully. But life don't always follow the roads we think we'll take. Sometimes love gets tested by the choices that we make. Leave the last porch light on, I'll find my way back home. No matter how far I have to drive, no matter how long I'm gone. Through every rain and every storm, through every wrong I've done, if there's still a light outside your door, I'll know leave the last porch light on. Then his daddy lost the family farm and the bills came pouring in. He took a job down in the city just to help his family win. She told him, "I'll be waiting." He said, "I won't be gone too long." But the weeks became a year or two, and the calls grew fewer every month. She learned to sleep without him, he learned to hide the pain. Two people holding on to love, but slowly drifting like a train. She stopped asking when he'd come back, he stopped saying soon, and the space between their hearts got bigger than the moon. Then one cold November evening, he found an old photograph, her standing on that front porch, and suddenly he understood at last. Leave the last porch light on, I'll find my way back home. No matter how far I have to drive, no matter how long I'm gone. Through every through every wrong I've done, if there's still a light outside your door, I'll know where I belong. So baby, leave the last porch light on. He drove all night through pouring rain with tears running down his face. He passed the towns he'd never seen, just trying to get back to that place. And when the sunrise touched the fields, he saw that little house, and there she stood beneath the light, waiting quietly outside. He got out of that old car, didn't know what he should say. She walked across that gravel road and took his hand anyway. He whispered, "I'm sorry, darling, for every lonely night." She said, "I never turned it off, just hoped you'd see the light. You left the last porch light on, and I finally made it home. After all the miles I traveled, I finally know where I belong. Through every rain and every storm, through every mistake I've made, you were standing in the doorway when the whole world turned away. So leave that last porch light on, even when the night gets long, 'cause I'll spend the rest of my life making up for being gone. And when we're old and gray someday, sitting underneath the stars, I'll tell you every road I traveled only brought me to your arms. She smiled and held him closer as the morning filled the sky. That little porch light stayed there glowing, like a promise that would never die. I remember that old station at the edge of our town. You were standing by the passenger door with your hair blown around. I had a ticket in my pocket and a dream inside my head. You said, "Don't forget me, baby." I laughed and kissed you instead. I told you I'd be famous, I told you I'd come back. I thought a man's success was measured by the things he had. So I chased every dollar through every city light, while you stayed in that small town, waiting every Friday night. I didn't see the years go by, I didn't hear the silence grow. I was busy chasing tomorrow while you were living here alone. Where you wait is where my heart belongs. Where you stay is where I've been gone too long. I could chase 1,000 dreams, I could own 1,000,000 things, but none of them mean anything if I don't have you. So let the highway disappear, let the city fade away. After all these years of running, I'm coming back to where you wait. I came home one December when the snow was falling down. The diner still had Christmas lights shining all across the town. I walked into that old cafe where we used to meet at 10, and there you were beside the window, reading that same old book again. You looked up and saw me, and everything stood still. You didn't run into my arms, you didn't have to. You just smiled and whispered, "It's been a long, long time." I said, "I know, and I'm sorry for every year I left behind." You said, "I never needed diamonds, I never needed your fame. I only needed you beside me, and you never understood that. Where you wait is where my heart belongs. Where you stay is where I've been gone too long. I could chase 1,000 dreams, I could own 1,000,000 things, but none of them mean anything if I don't have you. So let the highway disappear, let the city fade away. After all these years of running, I'm coming back to where you wait. You took me down the old dirt road past the house where we first kissed. The porch still had those wooden steps that we painted back in spring. You said I kept your old guitar, it's still inside the bedroom. I laughed and said, you kept that thing. You said I kept a lot of you. Then you showed me a small photograph from when we were 22. Two kids beneath a summer sky with nothing else to lose. I looked at that young man and barely knew his face. He had everything he needed, but didn't know what he had. I don't expect the past to change, I don't expect you to forget. I know I've got some years to make up and some promises to protect. But if you let me stay this time, I'll learn what love requires. Not grand words or perfect moments, just showing up when life gets tired. I'll make your coffee every morning, I'll hold your hand when you're afraid. I'll sit beside you through the silence and never run away. Where you wait is where my heart belongs. Where you stay is where I've been gone too long. I chased 1,000 dreams, I held everything but you, and now I finally understand what all that running couldn't prove. You were never holding me back, you were the reason I was strong. And every road I thought was freedom was just a road that led me wrong. So let the highway disappear, let the city fade away. I've spent half my life searching for the place I should have stayed. And if you still have room for me, I'll spend the rest of my days right here beside you, where you wait. There's an old train passing midnight, but I don't hear it anymore. Your hand is resting inside mine, and I'm standing at our door. No more ticket in my pocket, no more reasons to explain. I finally found my way back home, and I won't leave again. I got a call on a Tuesday morning, said your daddy's gone. I dropped the phone beside the coffee and just stared at the dawn. I hadn't been home in 3 years, too busy chasing my own dreams. But suddenly that old front porch was all I could see. I packed an old suitcase, didn't know what else to do. You stood there in the driveway and said, I'm coming with you. I told you you don't have to. You said, I know, but I want to. Then you climbed into that pickup and pulled me close to you. Sometimes life can break your heart without asking if you're ready. Sometimes all you really need is someone holding steady. So take me back to where I came from. Take me down that old dirt road, where the porch light's still burning and the fields still feel like home. I spent my whole life running, trying to find what I was looking for. But every road I ever traveled just brought me back to you. Yeah, every road I ever traveled just brought me back to you. We pulled into town at sunset, the church bell rang at 5. Mama was standing by the doorway, trying hard not to cry. My father's old blue jacket was hanging by the kitchen door. I reached out and touched the sleeve like I'd done 1,000 times before. The night we sat around the table, talking stories through our tears. Mama laughed about the trouble he gave her through the years. Then she looked across at me and said he'd be proud of you. I looked over at your hand in mine and knew that much was true. I thought I had to carry every burden on my own, but grief gets a little lighter when you don't have to walk alone. So take me back to where I came from. Take me down that old dirt road, where the porch light's still burning and the fields still feel like home. I spent my whole life running, trying to find what I was looking for. But every road I ever traveled just brought me back to you. Yeah, every road I ever traveled just brought me back to you. A few days later, early morning, we walked beside the creek. I told you all the things I wished I had the chance to speak. You said he knew you loved him even when you weren't around. Then you leaned against my shoulder as the sun came shining down. I said I've wasted too much time trying to be somebody else. You said then stop chasing tomorrow and start living for yourself. I looked across those open fields and finally understood. Maybe home was never where I came from. Maybe home was where I stood. So I stayed another Sunday, then another week went by. I fixed the fence behind the barn and watched the seasons change. You planted flowers by the window, I brought coffee every morning. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't in a hurry. Now take me back to where I came from. Take me down that old dirt road, where the porch light's still burning and the fields still feel like home. I don't need $1 million, I don't need a name in lights. I've got your hand inside my hand and my Father's stars tonight. I spent my whole life running, thinking I was chasing something new. But the greatest thing I ever found was standing right beside me. Every road I ever traveled, every wrong turn I went through, every mile that took me far away was just a road back to you. Now the porch light's still burning and the evening sky turns blue. I finally stopped There was a little diner on the edge of our hometown, where the coffee tasted better when you were sitting around. You wore that faded denim jacket, I wore boots with a broken sole. You said you look like trouble, I said, baby, you don't know. We talked until the sunrise, while the waitress swept the floor. You laughed at all my stupid jokes, and I wanted something more. I walked you to your front door, underneath that summer rain. You kissed me like tomorrow was a promise we could claim. We didn't know the years ahead, we didn't know the roads we'd take. We only knew that night we never wanted it to break. Take me back to where we began, before the years changed who we are, before the distance, before the pain, before we learned to hide our hearts. If I could hold you like I did that summer underneath the stars, I'd tell you then what I know now. You were always worth the scars. So take me back to where we began. We built a life outside the city, bought a house and settled down. We planted roses by the window, I fixed fences all around. We had a little boy who called me Dad, and your laughter filled those walls. For a while I thought forever meant we'd never lose it all. But somewhere in the busy years we stopped talking like before. You slept beside me every night, but somehow felt 1,000 miles away. I blame the bills, I blame the job, you blame the time we never made. Neither one of us was listening, neither one of us could say. Sometimes love doesn't disappear, it just gets buried underneath the things we never say out loud, the words we're too afraid to speak. Take me back to where we began, before the years changed who we are, before the distance, before the pain, before we learned to hide our hearts. If I could hold you like I did that summer underneath the stars, I'd tell you then what I know now. You were always worth the scars. So take me back to where we began. One night you found that old jacket hanging in the back of the closet. You pulled a photograph from the pocket and started crying when you saw it. It was us outside that diner, young and foolish, 23. You said, I miss those two kids. I said, they're still inside of me. I took your hand across the table like I should have done years ago. I said, I don't want another life, I just want the one we know. You looked at me through tear-filled eyes and whispered, then don't let me go. So I pulled you close and promised I'd spend forever letting you know. We don't have to go back where we began. We can't erase the years gone by, but we can make these years ahead the best ones of our lives. I'll hold you like that summer when the stars were burning bright, and I'll love you through the ordinary on every Tuesday night. 'Cause love ain't just the first kiss or the feeling when you're young. It's choosing someone every morning when the easy days are gone. And if tomorrow brings us storms, I'll be standing by your side. 'Cause after everything we've been through, you're still the one I choose tonight. There's still a little diner on the edge of our hometown. Sometimes we drive there on a Friday and watch the sun go down. You wear that faded denim jacket, I still wear those old boots. And after all these years, my love, I'm still falling for you. There was a suitcase by the doorway and a picture on the wall. Two kids smiling in the summer before we learned to lose it all. You said, I don't hate you, darling, I'm just tired of feeling alone. Then you turned around and left me standing in our empty home. I wanted to say I loved you, but the words got stuck inside. Pride can make a fool of a man, and I let mine win that night. I watched your headlights disappear down that old familiar road, and I sat there in the silence with nowhere left to go. Sometimes you don't know what you have until the room goes quiet. Sometimes the person you would die for is the one you stop trying to fight for. If I had one more night, I'd hold you a little tighter. I'd listen when you told me you were breaking on the inside. I wouldn't talk about the money, I wouldn't blame it on the time. I'd tell you every little reason why I'm thankful you're mine. If I had one more night, I'd do everything right. 3 weeks passed without a phone call, 3 weeks staring at that door. Then I found a folded letter hidden underneath the floor. It was written on our anniversary, 3 years before that night. You said, I still believe in us, I just need you to believe in us too. I read those words 100 times till the ink began to blur. I realized I'd spent our whole life trying to fix what wasn't hers. It wasn't the bills of broken dreams or the long hours at the job. It was two people growing tired and forgetting what they had. So I grabbed my keys at midnight with your photograph beside me. For the first time in my life, I knew exactly where I needed to be. If I had one more night, I'd hold you a little tighter. I'd listen when you told me you were breaking on the inside. I wouldn't talk about the money, I wouldn't blame it on the time. I'd tell you every little reason why I'm thankful you're mine. If I had one more night, said I don't deserve forgiveness, but I'm asking you tonight. You didn't say you loved me, you didn't say we'd be okay. You just stepped into my arms and let me hold you while you cried. I whispered, I'm still learning how to be the man you need. You said then stop trying to be perfect, just don't stop choosing me. So we sat beneath the porch light, talking till the morning came, about every little wound we carried, about every word we never said. We didn't fix it in one evening, we didn't erase the years, but we finally started listening, and that's when love came near. I don't need one more night, I just need every morning, every ordinary Tuesday, every Sunday when we're older. I'll listen when you're hurting, I'll be there when life gets hard. I'll remind you that I love you before the words become too far. And if we get another lifetime, I'd still find you in this life, 'cause you were never just my lover, you were always my home. And if tomorrow brings a storm, I'll be standing by your side. No more waiting for goodbye, no more wasting time. There's a suitcase in the closet, but it hasn't moved in years. There's a picture on the mantle and two people smiling there. We're not the same two kids who promised love would never change. We're something stronger now, 'cause we learn to love through pain. And every night before I sleep, I reach across and hold your hand, thankful for the second chance I almost didn't understand. If I had one more night, I'd still choose you.